I think the ghosts are getting back at us.
There's some music on the player. Who can you call? Should we get 10?
That's true.
An invisible man sleeping in your bed. Who you gonna call? I ain't afraid of no ghost. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Who you gonna call? It's all alone. Pick up the phone and call. I ain't afraid of no ghost. I hear it like the girl. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Yeah, 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 yeah. Who you gonna call? You had to go something. Freaky ghost, baby. You better call.
Mike is on. Let's go, Doc.
Let me tell you something. Something makes me feel good. I ain't afraid of no ghost. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Don't get out alone, no, no. When you're coming through your door, unless it's just once more, I think you better go. Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? I think you better call. Who you gonna call? Can you? Who you gonna call? Louder. Who you gonna call? Who can he call?
Next.
Who you gonna call?
Oh, you talk about crazy news. Oh, there's more? Oh, the Adams. What, you got it on a loop?
else but us plays that kind of music?
Well, we have to tell the people, where else could you get that kind of music?
That's right. Oh, come on.
You know, we're like Sirius XM radio. You know, our generation of music has long since stopped being played on commercial radio. So you turn to satellite radio. Well, here we are. These
Internet
shows,
radio.
you can't get anyone talking about these shows unless they're on, you know, cable.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are for your listening pleasure, also on iHeart.
That's true.
We are on, and we are
iTunes,
on TuneIn, on YouTube, SoundCloud.
There are so many different places that you could find us by accident, because we know that you wouldn't be looking for us in any one of those places.
That's true. But plenty of people do find us. You know, our iHeart audience seems to be increasing. And we'll see.
I must say, I have to give the Rebellious Rev complete credit for that. The man, he was a one-man letter-writing campaigner. Went on for months, over a year. Most people get approved within 1 or 2 months. The Rebellious Rev, every time they saw his name, they just stamped it rejected, return to sender.
Return to sender.
That's right.
Address unknown.
I think they did lose our address. But finally, as they say in the...
I annoyed him enough.
As they say in Yiddish, they had Rachmanis on us. They had pity on the Rebellious Rev, and they said, should we throw this guy a bone? And I got a very important phone call disrupting my whole day 1 week. What do I do? And
Who called you?
You.
Oh, I called you.
The Rebellious Rev said, I hope you're sitting down. And I said, okay. And he said, we were approved by iHeart. And I said, I who?
iHeart. So we're there. We should actually put a little iHeart logo like the other guy does.
That's true. We made the big time.
Yeah.
It's like when you graduate high school and you were a member of the National Honor Society. They give you those ribbons to wear, you know, that the brocade, the gold brocade or whatever, showing that you were special.
And you could also get us on your mobile phones, on your Androids.
Hey, listen, and if they happen to be in the Oceanside neighborhood, come on down.
Come on down. You can
be part of our live audience.
Yeah, you can stand outside the house and as long as you don't pass the gate that's there to block the audience.
We have a peanut gallery, don't we?
It's like ABC, you know, on NBC when they have that.
They have the wooden horses, yeah.
That's what we have.
I bet you didn't see us. We were even down there on New Year's Eve. We had our roving reporter. The reporter was so roving, we don't even know who the heck it was.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to him. He roved off.
I think so.
We're also, for anybody who would like to be a roving reporter, we have a special app that you can broadcast, that you can tape it on and
submit it to us.
Submit it to us. Or you can just tape us if you have a story you want to tell us about. You can come on live or send us a tape of it and we'll play it if it meets our standards.
We have standards? Very low standards.
Very low. Well,
so you're assured of getting anything you want on the air, let's put it that way.
Plus, anybody wants to get on here and just advertise what they do, if they want not advertise. Discuss your...
If they want to promote something that they are doing.
Just like they do it on NBC or ABC, on the Johnny Carson show.
Johnny Carson's not doing much of anything.
Johnny Carson show, when he always had the comedians in the end, and if he let them sit down next to him, they were a hit.
Well, that's if they were good, you know.
Yeah. Or Jay Leno used to do, and now it's, who's that guy now?
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon and David Letterman.
Soon to be Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert and that guy on ABC.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, that's correct. You can come and just promote your thing.
Well, if I had my druthers, I'd rather appear on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
Really? What is he on?
11 o'clock on the Comedy Network, Comedy Central.
And he has good guests?
Yes. Hey, the president has been on a few times. President Clinton's been on a few times. Hillary's been on. Elizabeth Warren's been on. Bill O'Reilly has been on many times. They have a little thing going between the two of them, Jonathan Stewart and Bill O'Reilly, And Bill O'Reilly likes to talk about his books, Killing Lincoln, Killing Jesus.
Yeah, he loves to talk about those books. They all do it very well and making him plenty of money.
Well, I give him a lot of credit. All the proceeds from those books go to charity.
That's right. But they're still making a lot of money.
I mean, he's making multi-millions from Fox News. He really doesn't need the revenue from his books. And it is a good tax write-off.
And his books are bestsellers, so...
Keeps him instead with the Catholic Church,
a while back we said that the Catholic Church should sell off some of their artwork and different things to help the poor. And somebody else was talking about it, saying that they've got so much artwork. They got paintings from Da Vinci.
They have stuff that's squirreled away that we don't even know.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even have to touch anything that's on display. They can just go into their archives and see what they have, collecting dust, literally.
Yeah. And tell me why they need everything. If it's religious artifacts, yes, I can see them keeping. But just to have paintings and gold and different things of value, they're a very, very rich church. And I think they should, do what they preach.
Rumor has it they have a statue of the rebellious Rev.
In gold.
Like David, with just a fig leaf. That I'm sure some of our viewing audience would want to see.
Well, just for the weight of the gold, it's worth something.
I didn't know your balls were that heavy.
Absolutely. The problem is, like I said, they have plenty of money, but they don't like to...
Felix does not like to brag.
They don't like to do anything with it. And that's why I am the rebellious Rev, because I do not partake in these religions where money going to them is the most important thing.
If Jesus was alive today and he was walking through the Vatican, I think he would be very much upset by what he sees.
That's true.
Picture the way the disciples dressed. Picture the lives that they led, including Jesus. They barely wore sandals. And look, I'll even go so far as to say, there are many synagogues. When you look at the Torah, when you picture the Ark of the Covenant that Moses put the 10 Commandments in, 2 tablets of stone with 613 commandments on it. And now you look at the Torahs that they have. It takes a year to write a Torah. They're all hand-scripted. Nothing is done by machine. The silver, whatever you want to call it, is very ornate. A far cry from 2 stone tablets that went into the Ark of the Covenant.
Well, who actually has the job of writing the Torah?
They have scribes and rabbis that do that. It's very painstaking. Very painstaking process because, they have to allow time for the ink to dry. And if there's one mistake, they can't erase it. They have to start all over again. Could you imagine? It's not like a computer where you can just delete it and then do it again.
And every synagogue has their own Torah.
A poor synagogue may have one. Most synagogues have between 3 and 5.